Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Growth Beyond Self Limits. Here we talk about elevating spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and everything in between. If you like these type of videos, I hope that you will subscribe and join the team. So today I want to talk about why mindset matters and the thought processes that we kind of go through without realizing it and the huge impact that it has on our lives. So the first thing is mindset can be the difference between a good day versus a bad one. Let's say someone's accused you of something or blamed you of something and you have proof that it wasn't you, but for whatever reason, no one is willing to hear you. Everyone is kind of looking at you as the person who is in the wrong, or whatever the situation is. It could be like a one-on-one, so there aren't others involved except for one other individual, and that person is blaming you for something that has nothing to do with you, right? But it's making you feel bad, it's weighing on your mind, it's weighing on your heart. But why would you let that ruin your day or your whole week? Our mindset can either pull us forward or inhibit our growth. So if it's not going to matter a month from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now, then it shouldn't matter today. It shouldn't be something that you're thinking about and holding on to heavily, because once you start to think about something continuously, it's going to bother you. You're going to feel aggravated whenever you hear this person's name or the subject, and then you wake up tomorrow and you're still thinking about it. And when you see them, you're upset. But the other person is completely fine. They're going about their day as normal, like nothing ever happened. And the only person that's being affected by that, that's having a bad day, that is showing this to other people that you're around, it's ruining your quality of sleep, your mood, your emotions, possibly even your appetite, is you. So why would you let that continue to bother you, right? So the narrative that you tell yourself is the narrative that is true. So if you think you can, then you can. And if you think you can't, then you're right. I believe I've mentioned this quote before in another video, but it's by Henry Ford. So whatever you put your mind to is really what's going to fathom and become truthful to you. That is going to be your truth. The things that you tell yourself on a daily basis or continue to tell yourself is really what's going to propel you forward or hold you back your entire life. So you really need to think about your mindset and where you're at and how it's affecting you, right? Because your mindset and where you're feeling can be affected and show non-verbally. In your body language, your body feels tense, you feel aggravated, you suddenly, you have anxiety for no reason. You have headaches, migraines, your back feels tight, your chest feels tight. You suddenly don't feel like being around other people, or the thought of it gives you anxiety or upsets you or bothers you for whatever reason, and you can't seem to put your finger on it. And that's all because of your mindset. If you wake up and you tell yourself that you're going to have a great day and that today is a great day, then most likely you're going to have a good day. But if you start your day with saying, today is going to be such a bad day, I already woke up late, I didn't get to eat, I didn't have coffee, I didn't have all of these different things, that's kind of how the rest of your day is going to go. And any minor inconvenience that may happen from that point on is going to feel like the end of the world, and it's going to continue to spiral into the night, into the rest of the day, the conversations that you have, and possibly into your entire week. And then it just kind of keeps going that way. You ever notice that you have like a negative thought and then suddenly you feel like there's this negative cloud over you, like nothing is going your way, the world is out to get you, like you can never seem to have a good day, because you're so focused on the bad things that have happened that you don't really realize the good things that have happened. So for example, you woke up today, you didn't get into a car accident, you have all of your limbs, you have a job, you have people that love you, you may have a shitty job in your point of view, but you have a job, right? Because a lot of people are being laid off during this spread out situation, if we'll call it, that's been happening since 2020. So, that's another thing to be grateful for. So you get to clock out at the end of the day, and all of the problems and issues that you dealt with at work or school or whatever it is, when you go home, it doesn't have to follow you, right? You get to turn it off as soon as you walk away and then start fresh the next day. You don't have to take it with you. And that's the thing about mindset. It really determines, the picture of your day, of the moment, of how things are going to go. Mindset also controls, not only your level of happiness, but the number of opportunities that you allow in your life. So not only the number of opportunities that come to you, but the ones that you're allowing yourself access to or to be available. And so this is called the scarcity mindset. So you always feel like you have a lack thereof, that there isn't enough of. And myself personally, I am guilty of feeling this way, of having this mindset, something that I'm continuously working on. Obviously, I've gotten a lot better than I was in the past, but I remember being in a place where I felt like I did not have enough for anything. And, that could actually be your situation where you don't have enough, like you don't make enough to cover your bills or whatever that is. But I was determined to make sure that I had enough. And when I had just enough, I still felt like, this could be taken away at any moment. I'm not going to have enough. And every time that I felt that way and I thought about it, it kind of kept me in that situation. And what I mean by that is I couldn't make any new moves. I couldn't think about how I could expand myself or other opportunities to me, how I could apply for another position or other ways to make income or ways to save money, because all of my energy was so sucked up and absorbed in I don't have enough. So I was stressed out, I was tired, I was exhausted, I was trying to do everything that needed to be done, like a never-ending list, while in the back of my mind I'm still thinking, I don't have enough for this, or any minute this can be taken away from me. So as I started to think, gratitude, right? I'm grateful that I have enough to cover my bare basic necessities, right? I am able to cover it this month, so I know that I'll be able to cover it next month. Opportunities come to me and my eyes are open. I'm aware, I'm ready to receive. And I have enough, and I will always have enough to make things work. I just have to be open to receive it and see it. So I know everyone's situation is different, but what I mean by that is because I was so tired, I couldn't think of, I was only thinking of stores that I knew for sales, right? And then think to ask other people, where do you shop? What stores do you use? Do you try doing this and doing that? What recipes do you use to stretch food? What programs are you using to save money on utilities? What are you doing differently that I'm not doing, in my current role, so that I can either move up or make more money? What are you doing to save money on your taxes? What are you doing to save in general? Like, how do you have an emergency fund or extra money for groceries when things come up? Like, what is your planning behind that? Who do you talk to? Is there someone that that can help me do this? Or even just feeling like I had enough energy in general to look up certain things. Because when you're stuck in a scarcity mindset, you don't even have the energy to look into other resources or things out there, to look up recipes. You look at one thing and then you feel defeated. You're like, okay, I don't have all of these items. It's going to cost me more money. I don't have the time for this. Like, I tried to make this one recipe. It came out bad. It came out okay. It ends up costing more than what it is, right? Instead of actually taking the time to resource and saying, I have enough time to do all the things that I would like to do. And I just have to prioritize those things and separate them. And so that's the difference between having, a good day and a great year to having a bad day and a bad year. So if you like these types of videos, I hope that you will come back and subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.